I speak of promised land, soil as soft as mama's hands, running water, standing still, endless fields of daffodils and chamomile, rice under black beans, walked in the apple with cracks.
Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Unrooted Baseball Edition, and my guest for this week's show is none other than senior outfielder on the baseball team here at Menlo College, Eric Whitfield. Eric, thanks so much for joining me on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Let's start by talking a little bit about yourself. Now, you come from a baseball family. Your father, Terry, actually spent some time in the major leagues, and most notably, he played for the San Francisco Giants. So what was it like growing up with a father who played in the big leagues?
Obviously, it's very cool, to have a father that played Major League Baseball. Get an insight from him, especially being close to San Francisco, kind of get to see the organization in a different way. My mother actually, she would wake us up late at night so we can watch, Eric Gagne versus Barry Bonds, those matchups. And so we have, like you said, it's a baseball family. It's not just my father. My brother also plays. My sister is a big fan. So it's a collective thing, and it's great to have my family support my love and passion for the game of baseball. So.
If your father hadn't have spent so much time with the Giants, do you think you'd be a fan of a different team?
I don't know. I never really considered myself a fan of a specific team growing up because I just love the game of baseball in general. But it's cool, being able to be close to the Giants and go to the games and stuff. So. They're kind of my team now. They kind of grew on me. So.
Sounds like a pretty good way to grow up, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Now, I heard someone on last year's show tell me that one of your things as a human being is to just go around and saying, "Bro,
yeah.
Bro." I don't know if that's more of an exclamatory phrase. Do you consider yourself a bro? What makes one a bro? How does that happen?
It's more of a. I wouldn't say it's like a bro type, like a frat type of you're a bro type of thing. It was more in the outfield. We were having outfield drills one day, and somebody made a spectacular play, and I was just like, bro. And then it kind of, Agar and Thompson kind of pinned it on me, and I kind of rolled with it, and so. Now I'm a man of the people, so you gotta ride with it. And
now you say it for everything, right?
Yeah, when someone does something great, it's just like, bro, dang, So it's toned down a little bit because at first it was it was a big everybody made a big to do about it, but now it's just kind of like, whoa, it's cool.
Can it also be used when someone does something bad?
I mean, shoot, that's a bad bro. You know what I'm saying? That's a bro, but I like to stay positive, so it's mostly when people do stuff good. And, yeah.
I like it. All right, Eric, let's talk a little bit about the team here. The Oaks just got back from a very long weekend of action down in Arizona. You guys played a little over 6 games across 4 days. How would you assess the way that the Oaks went down to Arizona and handled business?
I mean, if you think about it, we were really supposed to go down there and play one series, and we won 3 out of 4 in the first series. And then we had to kind of deviate a little bit and add another 2 games in 1 inning, and unfortunately they didn't go our way, but it's the game of baseball. We just gotta keep grinding and get back to work this weekend.
Yeah, so let's stick with the theme of positivity from earlier in the show and talk about that OUAZ series. You lost game number 1 in tough fashion late in the ball game. How were you able to bounce back, put that game behind you, and then win the final 3 games in pretty dominating fashion?
I mean, guys just got hot. Alex Thompson got a double. Nick Agar had a great weekend. Wyatt Neebe had a great weekend. Shane Jones hit a home run. And when we were clicking on all cylinders, we're a force, and we were able to come out and win 3 ball games.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned Wyatt Neebe, the sheriff picking up his first home run as an Oak against OUAZ. What does he mean to you guys as a teammate and with his ability behind the dish and at the plate?
I mean, I got to work out with him this summer and got to know him a little bit better. He's a good kid, that's number 1, and he works really hard, very bright. And when you see guys like that, having success as a teammate, that's, very exciting. I'm very excited for him, for his success.
I'm sure when he hit that first home run, he got a bro from Eric Whitfield in the dugout, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Of course he did. Now, Menlo stays on the road this weekend. You guys take on William Jessup University in Rockland for your last road series of 2019. How do you attack this weekend knowing that you're taking on a very dangerous Warrior squad?
I mean, they're kind of our rivals, if you think about it. We had a fun series with them last year. But no matter what the record says, we got to go out there and win ball games. That's first and foremost, and go out there to William Jessup and try to come back with some W's, end the season right.
Yeah, and whenever Menlo and William Jessup take each other on in any GSAC sport, you know for sure that it's going to be one heck of a series. All right, Eric, let's get into the final segment of the show. It's called Brownie Bites. I'm going to ask you 3 off-the-wall questions. Give me your best answers. Question number 1, which teammate has the most bros in his life?
Probably say Nick Agar, because he cuts hair, so he has a lot of people come through his garage, cutting them up. And Alex Thompson, the man of the people, senior class president, putting together different events and stuff. So I would definitely say those 2 people.
Yeah, they definitely have a cool factor about them that would, I think, cultivate many bros being in their lives. Something that you, I think, also have.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, it sure seems like it anyways.
Yeah, I guess.
Me, on the other hand, not so much. Question number 2, which teammate is most likely to ride around on a moped?
Why Nevy? Because he's a sheriff, and people when they're the police officers, they be riding their bikes, and when Nevy bunts, he has his face on him, it's just so calm, cool, and collected. I can see him just cruising on a moped with some shades on, helmet on, just patrolling Menlo. Why Nevy?
I didn't realize there was a specific face to be had for a moped rider.
Yeah, if you gotta ride a moped, you gotta have some swag. You gotta have that calm, cool, and collected. Why you got that, man? I could definitely see that.
Look out, everybody, when the sheriff's riding around town on his moped through the hood streets of Atherton, California. You don't want to mess with him.
I'm staying inside.
Keep everybody inside. Keep the children inside. Sure. The sheriff's coming through. Sure. And then question number 3, which teammate is most likely to have a pet bird?
Matt Palomino. No questions asked. I could see him having a pet bird inside his dorm and coming home from practice and school and just feeding it, taking care of it, talking to it, trying to have it talk to him, just staring at it. I could just see it's Matt Palomino.
Matt Palomino becomes the bird whisperer at that point, right?
Birdman, the baseball Birdman.
The baseball Birdman of Menlo College. That's a great nickname.
Rally Bird.
That is an even better idea. So when you guys go through a little scuffle, bring out the Rally Bird from his dorm room, put him in the dugout, in his little cage. I don't know if he's going to be sitting on a little swing or something, but just sitting there, tweeting away, or squawking away, whatever kind of bird he is. And you guys are all of a sudden going to start winning games.
Exactly, it's Rally Bird.
I like it.
That's how we do it.
We got to get a name for the Rally Bird.
Oh man, he'll come up with a great name too. That's right up his alley.
He'd have a really good name and then a really great nickname for the name.
He'd have a bunch of names for that bird. That bird would be spoiled.
Spoiled by the baseball Birdman, Matt Palomino. Yes, Eric, thanks for joining me on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Would you like to wrap up the show? You've heard it enough times now.
So we go up to William Jessup. We start at 11 o'clock both games. Then we're going to come back here after Easter. We're going to play a weekday series against San Diego Christian. Yeah.
This is our 5th try through this episode because our iPad has apparently been
close,
full. Right? That was really good. Yeah, you did it. You did it well. I don't really need to say anything else. Just know the Oaks take on the Warriors. Whitfield's going to be in action. The rest of the boys in action. Then they come home after Easter for the final series of the year. Eric Whitfield, ladies and gentlemen, he will be choosing the next interviewee on Unrooted Baseball Edition with me, Brian Brownfield. That episode will air next week. So until then, we'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.
I speak of promised land, soil as soft as mama's hands, running water, standing still, endless fields of daffodils and chamomile, rice under black beans, walked in the apple with cracked screens and told